This week's One Door Studios update. It has finally arrived. The script from Anne Peacock is in. What are the next steps? That and other important items on this week's One Door Studios update. Welcome everybody to our latest One Door Studios update. Today's date is October. Is it October yet? It is October 5th. When we're recording this. I guess you guys will probably see this on October 6th because it takes us a day to edit it and get out. But you know what? We've been telling everybody, we got our top news today. It is about the script. We said that Anne Peacock had told us last week that she was going to send it to us the next day or the day after. And what did she do, John? What did she do?
She forgot all about it.
No, don't lie to them.
In fact, not. We got it.
We got the script.
Tay, our development director, sent us all copies. And then we were so busy, we just didn't have time to look at it. That didn't happen either.
Well, to tell you the truth, it actually took me 2 days to even look at it. It was like, we've been waiting for 7 months for this. I mean, so they're about 7 months for this script. And even though you have an Emmy award-winning writer, there is the possibility that when you get this script, it completely misses the mark. It's a possibility. It could happen. And I was so nervous that was going to be the case. But as I opened the script up to read it, I was really happy with what I saw. Not that it is a 100% shooting script yet, but it is a script that I believe is something to be excited about. Because one of the problems, John Jay, is that this is, how many pages is Calculate the Novel? It's 430 something. Is that about right?
Yeah.
So that is 10, 12 hours of content. Okay, that Anne Peacock had to get down to fighting weight. You know, a 2 hour movie. I've seen a lot of 2.5 hour movies lately, which I didn't mind sitting through that much because it was such a deep story. And the script she gave us is 120 pages, so right at about 2 hours. If you're usually in script the world, a page is a minute of film, generally speaking, when in a script. So, but we're trying to cram all that stuff in that 437 page novel into a 2 hour movie, which is a tall order. And she crammed a ton of it in there.
Are you saying it's not all there? Is that what you're implying?
No, well, yeah, it couldn't possibly all be there, but more is there than I expected. I thought there'd be some things that would be completely omitted that weren't, that are actually still in there.
Script adaptation from a novel is all about what doesn't end up in the script.
Right.
And it's about what does end up in the script that you can combine. Sometimes characters are combined. Almost all the time there's action that's combined. You know that you're not going to be able to tell the story the same way.
Yep.
So when you're doing the adaptation, you take the key points, the turnstile story points, and you examine them as to how these things can be told in a way that has a unique economy that is cinematic.
Wow. That was said really well.
You want that. It's got now to be, there can't be any descriptives. It almost all has to be by action.
Yep.
And you can't spend a lot of time in the script in giving the look or the feeling, the emotional tag as to how a line is delivered or how the action is fulfilled. So it is an incredible art to be able to do this. And that's one reason we were so excited about Anne Peacock, because the primary job that she's done, the work she's done, has been adaptations on huge books. John Grisham novel. She's done big authors. I think the Grisham novel was 780 pages or so. So anyway, this was a big thing. We were very excited to see the 120 pages, and we were just really anticipatory as to how she was going to apply her very high genius writing ability to this script. And it is great. So if we had any doubt at all, the first page was like, bam. The second page, bam.
Yeah. In fact, it was so much bam that, like, I'm kind of like a little ADHD personality. I've been given a lot of scripts to read, and I usually nod off while I'm reading scripts, unless it's just a rip roaring script. And I read the first 80 pages of the script in one sitting, and then I went to bed that night and got up the next morning at 5 a.m. and read the rest of it. And it just moves so quickly. And so much action, so much. There's never a dull moment. But I wanted to ask our viewers, our insiders, a question. I wanted to get your opinion on this. Really want you to comment below on the YouTube video. So here's the question. Well, here's a statement in the question. Is some people just like 90-minute movies? And some people are like, oh, if it's over 2 hours, it's just too long. And then some of the very, very well-known movies like Titanic or some of the greater epics are 2 hours, 20 minutes, some 2 hours, 30, some 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I just want to get you guys' opinion, what your thoughts is. Let's just say, for example, that we couldn't cram everything into 2 hours. Would you as an audience want to see more of the story happen, but have a 2 hour and 30-minute film or 2 hour and 40-minute film? Or would you rather have it more concise, but have to eliminate or combine some things? We just want to hear your opinion on that as viewers. You guys are investors, and so you guys are invested in this film. So we want to know what you think.
I had one question real quick to add to that I'd love to see you guys answer as well. And that is, what would you like to see make sure makes it into the script? If there's one scene that you'd like to see make it into the script, what is it?
Like that you wouldn't want to see omitted.
Or theme or whatever. What aspect of the story do you want to make sure is in there?
John Jay, you got any other thoughts about the script? Oh, process. Where do we go from here?
Yeah. So we had I think a 2 or 2.5 hour meeting yesterday with our development director and her team. And we'll have another one tomorrow that will probably be a couple hours or so.
Yeah.
So there's that process, but the focus now is we kind of have the superstructure. And it's all about now, do we feel that something needs to change within the superstructure, or do we feel the story that is there is the story that we need to have? If we're feeling that the story is all in this 120 pages, then it's all about how do we turn up the heat on certain things? How do we infuse certain things? How do we rebalance things? If something is too light, and something is too heavy, there are all of these things that will be done at this point, which is kind of the fine arts. What we have to do from a contract standpoint is put together response pages. They're the producers' pages that go back to the screenwriter. So these will be going back to Anne about a week. And we need to put basically our list of comments back to her, and then she'll respond to those. And then we'll have an open session with her before she starts writing. And she'll want clarification on notes that we give her. And she'll give us clarifications on the script pages we got to make sure that we understood everything that she saw was happening on the page. And that will inform her rewrite as well. And then she will lock in the next body of work. She'll basically say, so my next draft is going to take the structure that we have, and I'm going to do these things. And this is a long meeting all on its own because it's 120 pages of chock full material. There's no wasted room on any page. And then she'll go back for the next rewrite. Which will be a much shorter time. The big work, the heavy work is done. And this, we have much more of an open dialogue on the second draft as well. She will get to certain places and she'll contact our development people and us, or just our development people, or just us. And we will go through, and that what she'll determine based on how passionate we were about the points we were making, to make sure she gets the clarification she needs. So when she goes through this draft, it will be as close to a shooting script as we can possibly make it.
Yep.
And right now we're in our opinion, we're very close.
You just said that the structure, getting the structure down for a story this complex, because the way Nova wrote the novel, there's time going. We have two parallel timelines. We have the past and we're going back in time and forward in time, but it's really hard to do a movie like that. So the way that Anne structured the story, actually, I felt was brilliant, the structure of the story. So we just have to go back and see how things can be, as John said, punched up in the various elements. So one more thing I want to ask you guys. this is a want to hear from you kind of day today. The themes of the story, and those who have read the novel, what do you feel are the strongest themes within the story? And we want to hear what you got most out of the novel, that essentially, if it wasn't in the film, the story wouldn't be true. So just put what you think down in the comments. You want to comment about all these things, please do. We really want to hear from you guys on this update. Would love it.
Yeah.
I will put you in these story meetings with us.
Yep, exactly. Because you're the audience.
Yeah.
So, we're sometimes we get so maybe can't see the forest for the trees because we're so deep in this all the time. We need to hear what the audience, these 2,000 people who are our investor team, what do you guys think? Moving on to the next item. That was a very long item, but moving on to the next item. Remember last week we mentioned that our Reg A platform was down because of really bad back end stuff. Good news, Jay, issuance.
I mean, we don't want to get into the details of this company versus that company, I don't think, but just know that the previous onboarding system that we had, we no longer have, and now the one that we do have, oh my goodness, it is fast, it is slick.
Yeah.
It'll be something you want to share with your friends because it has Apple Pay, it has Google Pay, it's easy.
Credit card,
looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be ready, unfortunately, because we have to requalify with the SEC probably next week, right?
Still processing.
Yeah.
It could have been a week or so, but that would have been on the quickest end, meaning like we'd be ready now. Well, the company that redid the back end is actually already ready. We just have to get the SEC amendment completed. MyStream, the MyStream Indiegogo campaign is actually going really well. We reverted back to, because you guys asked for it, we reverted back to $500 lifetime subscription. And then, well, bam, everybody started to come on board again. We've had 93 people come on board for that. I think 20 or so of them were in the last 6 days. So you can go to our website, OneDoorStudios.com, and click on the MyStream thing, or even just go to Indiegogo and look at MyStream, MyStreme. And you can get what we have for the rest of this campaign. $500 gets you a lifetime subscription to MyStream when it rolls out. If you guys don't know what that's all about, watch the promo video. It's very complete and informative. So,
yeah.
Anything else to add today, guys? It was already been a little bit long. Sorry about that, guys. We wanted you guys, our insiders, to be informed and also to have a voice in what's going on with this project that you are investors in. And if you haven't invested in Calculated or the sequels, we'll let you know as soon as you're able to do that again when our platform is live again. Thanks for being patient with us, everybody.
Yeah, just one more note on the MyStream thing. It was just, we're selling subscriptions, which is kind of ludicrous because we won't have our beta for another 18 months. But we wanted to get a sense from the public, first time ever to go out with anything public-wise, and see what the response would be. If somebody would really, if they feel strong enough about it, that they would buy a subscription this early, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. But it was so strong that it's been very encouraging. So we blew right by what we hope the response would be, and it's just getting deeper. If you care to leave your vote on there, please go by and do that. But we're on our way.
And the links are in the text of this email that we sent you, so you can go back there and check that out. Other than that, I think we're done for the day. And you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again in another 7 days on the One Door Studios update.
Ciao.
That's it.